I definitely suffer from CRS, or can't remember shit. And it's probably a side effect of all the other stuff I'm growing. So, I watched this documentary and it claimed that lion's mane could help regenerate brain neurons. Okay. So I found the easiest way to grow lion's mane for new growers. Just skip all that sterilize, inoculate, still airbots, Lysol stuff, and buy yourself a growing kit. I got mine from Myctyson.com. That's Mike with a M-Y-C. It's an organic 7-pound block that's pre-colonized with lion's mane mycelium, and all you have to do is stab it. I set up my grow space before stabbing the block, and to learn, I watched Myctyson's videos and matched his recommended settings. I added a humidifier, set it to the max level right next to where my block would be, and I put a light on its lowest setting at a 12-hour cycle. Then I unboxed the block, I sterilized the outside, squeezed out as much air as possible, and flipped it over so it sat on the loose top of the grow bag. Then I put a 1/2-inch slit on each side of the block, a 1/4 weight down from the top. Then I placed it in my grow space and waited. The growth was super slow. This is 4 days later. 7 days later. 9 days later. And at 11 days, and it almost seemed like the growth was stunted, and I knew something was off. I think despite having the humidifier, the inline fan I had was still sucking out all of the humidity, resulting in too dry conditions. So I decided to reset. I chopped all the nubs off and moved on to a second method that I found on YouTube that required a large 20-gallon tub and some misting. I placed this in my bedroom completely covered, and almost immediately I saw growth. I used this hair mister and mist all along the edges, and a link to this is in the description. On day 3, I could already see broccoli-like growth that wasn't smooth and round like how it grew in the tent. Day 4, it almost doubled in size. I was misting the edges as soon as it looked like the droplets evaporated, and I kept the lid completely sealed. Day 9, and it started looking like coral. Day 11, and day 18. So at this point, I decided to crack the lid a little, and the lion's mane visibly started to change from a coral appearance to the teeth-like look that I recognized from all the photos. This is day 22. Again, I kept misting the edges, this time slightly more frequently because of the cracked lid. I think I was a little too aggressive with the lid opening, and I noticed some browning on some spots, so I decided to pool some water on the bottom of the tub to let the humidity rise more. Day 24 looks a little better. Then day 25, lots of more browning. I decided at this point I should just harvest, because a quick Google search showed that browning is either due to dryness or a mature mushroom, and given the conditions, I believe it was because it was mature. I chopped off all 4 mushrooms by using my hands to tear it off. Some of the substrate was stuck on the base, so I cut that off with a plastic knife. This is how the block looked after. And I was gonna flush for a second time, which was working in the beginning, but I noticed some mold developing on the bottom of the block, so I went on a hike and I sprinkled the grains in the wild. Salt-based splash. I definitely learned a lot. This was much easier than I thought, thanks to Myctyson. If you're interested in growing some lion's mane, make it easy on yourself. Go to their site, use this coupon code TRYMEOUT for $5 off, and the total was $37.20 for a full block.